Well, all right, guys. What is up? We've got another episode of Talking to Myself. If you've never done this, you've never been here before, this is my long-form monologue segment. If you're watching this at home on YouTube, it's essentially just me up here with a mic. If those of you guys on the podcast just kind of settle in for a good, 40-some minute rant. This one's a little bit less unscripted. Typically, I just come up here straight off the dome with about 2 cocktails in me and just go. And this one, there were some certain things I really wanted to punch home. Things have been like in the back of my head. I haven't had a chance to make one of these in a while. So it was really important for me to get a few things down. And what inspired this episode was very simple. I did a podcast interview with the founders of Few Will Hunt. Okay, so if you're not familiar with Few Will Hunt, I'm rocking one of their pieces of apparel right now. Few Will Hunt is a lifestyle, an apparel, a get shit done type company, and I had the guys on there. And if you didn't listen to the podcast, like if you haven't listened to it yet, go ahead and listen to it. You're gonna hear 2 dudes, Joey and Drew, they're cousins, and from Philly, and they've got like this just stupid strong Philly accent. Like these guys literally would be the ones, like when you hear them talking, they wouldn't, because I think they're really good dudes, but if you heard them talking, you were like watching an Eagles game and you were there as the opposing team supporting the visiting team, they sound like they would hit you in the back of the head with a fucking Miller Lite bottle, like just straight out of the grit of the Philly streets. But 2 amazing guys, phenomenal entrepreneurs, and I just happened to Instagram bump into their brand, right? How many of you guys like just bumped into a shit on Instagram these days? It just follows you around. I would say probably 60% of my online shopping is from an Instagram shoving it down my fucking face. Like, you need to buy this melon hat for $75. You need to buy whatever the fuck it is. I bought some fold-out chairs the other day because made out of titanium. They put it on spaceships and NASA or whatever the fuck it was. Like, anyway, Instagram hunted me the fuck down and kept shoving their stuff in my face. And so I started following them, and I really liked the message they had, so I had them on the podcast. Now, the name of the company is Few Will Hunt, and it comes from a saying that it's a very originated at a family cabin where the boys would go out hunting, is that everybody wants to eat, but few will hunt. And that phrase is just kind of like, ever since I heard it and I talked to the guys and, rock their gear, it's so fucking true. Like, so fucking true. Everybody wants to eat, but few are willing to do the fucking work and to put in the goddamn hunt in order to eat. So my goal is to take that phrase, that concept, and another one that they have that I really like, and talk to you guys a little bit about it as to how I digest that and analyze that and see that from a business perspective or working out, fitness, or just like life. So here we go. Everybody wants to eat, but few will hunt. This phrase hits me probably the most when I think of micro gym owners who utilize these public forums, Facebook groups, message boards, or some kind of an online community of other gym owners, and will make a statement or question like this: hey, I'm looking to create my handbook for my gym, or an operations manual, or I need a coach's training guide, or they need something for their business, and they ask a group of other business owners, do any of you have one that you can share? Just digest that for a second. There is a business owner who has a unique business, let's call it unique, and he steps into a digital online community of other individuals where the only common denominator is that they too have a gym or a studio. And they flat out say, hey, you know that thing that like every business should probably have and like take time to create and spend the years testing out the systems and the money to go ahead and refine it and realize when you did it wrong and then go back to the drawing board, and then the years of HR practice and developing your coaches and trainers and finding out what works and what doesn't. You know, all like that thing? Well, I don't have one. Do any of you have one? Do you have one? Like, if you did, can I get that? Can I get that? My buddy Tim in college, dude, he was like the king of, can I get that? He'd go show up to the fucking party, never have any of his own beer, right? In college, you put him in all the backpack and you go around the house parties or whatever. Like, he'd be, hey, man, I don't get a beer. Can I get that? He was just like the king of bumming shit off. That's what I hear with these guys. They want what, I don't know, whatever it is. It's a system or a manual or a handbook or a PDF or whatever the fuck it is they're asking for. Hey, do you guys have like a holiday schedule you can share with me? Does anyone have a trainer's compensation plan they can share with me? Hey, does anyone, or this is the best one. This is real and I posted on it recently. An individual went into, this is a CrossFit affiliate owners online group, and asked, does anyone have the franchisee handbooks for the big brands like F45 or Barry's or Orange Theory was the other one? The fucking balls on this guy to be like, hey, listen, just curious, would any of you happen to have lying around, which I don't know why in a group of CrossFit affiliate licensee owners you would ask for these things, but would any of you happen to have the materials that Barry's or Orange Theory or F45 have put together meticulously over the course of 10 plus years and have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on? Do any of you guys have those? Can I get that? I'm just kind of curious. I need help making a template for my handbook. Get the fuck out of here. Everybody wants the shit that these things provide. They want, but they don't want to do the work. They want to cut the fucking corners. So that guy said that in that group, and it just said, because I see that that's probably a post every couple days in one of these online groups, and I see it, and you see it so often, you kind of ignore it at some point. But that one drove me nuts because I've got the operations manual for a Barry's. I have a franchisee book for an F45, and I have the I guess you call it another operations manual that was recently done for franchisee owners for Orange Theory. And I have these things. I come into contact with them in my ecosystem, my network of people. Again, I do consulting, right? So I will work with GMs or investors or owners or franchisees or trainers or former trainers, and these materials will come into my ecosystem as I help them out with whatever their thing is. So I have these, and I'm like, holy fuck. Really? Is that all you need? This guy justified it by saying, I just don't know how to make a handbook, Stu. I don't know how to make a handbook. I don't know how to make a template for a handbook. I've never made one before. I just want to see how other people have made their handbook, their manual for operations. I just want to see it. I don't really know what colors, and I don't know how to do the fonts, and should the pictures be justified left or should the font be centered? I don't know. I just need to see a template. Okay, fuckface. Then here we go. I'll give you the table of contents so you can see how they break it out, and I'll screenshot you half of a page. Would that be enough? Of course it wouldn't. Because that motherfucker and motherfuckers like him are not looking for just, I just need a guide. It would just help to have a visual, guide so I can create this myself. No, they just want to take the whole fucking thing. That's why they asked for the 3 top brands in the franchise game in the fitness industry, because they want something to take, because they're a lazy piece of shit. That's just one man's opinion. One man's opinion. I could be completely wrong. Probably not. Now, in this idea of people wanting to eat, but they're not willing to hunt, I get the idea of, I want to do something, but I need to see it done first. I do understand that. Trust me, I've done a lot of things in which I wish I would have seen a version first. It would have saved me time and energy and headaches, and I get that. But that is where you're generally looking. If you're going to find something like that, it's already been done. And you can either pay somebody, a consultant, a business coach, a systems guy, a marketing survey. You could pay someone to make sure you avoid those pitfalls. That's my profession. What I do for a living is I get paid so people don't make mistakes. I get paid to solve problems within someone's micro gym. Now, that's a whole separate thing. When you guys are claiming that you're creating something new and special, like many of you are in the micro gym industry, you're claiming that you have something that's pretty proprietary. It's unique. You don't get a template. You don't get to see something ahead of time if it is truly fucking unique. Do you not see how that connects? You can't be like, oh, I'm creating this awesome model, right? Like, so there's this model, CrossFit over here, and then there's urban movement over here, and metabolic over here, and alchemy 365 over here, all these whatever. I'm going to be in the white space. I'm like, cool, does that really exist? They're like, no. I'm like, that's fucking awesome, man. Like, get after it. Yeah, but like, do you have something I can see though? No, you piece of shit. No, I don't something you can fucking see. You're creating something new according to you. Why in the world, how could I give it to you? We just got done talking about how this is a unique fucking thing. But there are guys that just like, they like come up with an idea, and I've got some thoughts on ideas, but they come up with an idea, and then like, but the execution on it, they want to like, well, I'm just trying to work smart. I don't want to reinvent the wheel. Motherfucker, it's your goddamn wheel. You don't want to reinvent the wheel. You literally just told me you're inventing something better than the goddamn wheel. Here's the thing with ideas. Good ideas, and you've all heard this, very cliche, good ideas are shit, execution is everything. I have a different saying, a different take on it. It's on the wall inside of my lounge over here. I'm inside of Urban Movement right now in the middle of the floor recording this for those of you guys that are audio only. It says this: creating something new is easy. Creating something that lasts, now that's fucking hard. It doesn't say that's fucking hard, just like that's hard or something like that. Creating something new is easy, but creating something that lasts is hard. And that's so fucking true. Creating something new is what I think a lot of people want. That's what in the phrase, everybody wants to eat, but few will hunt. That's the eat. People want to eat. They want to create something new. They want to be known for their legacy that, oh my God, he's the guy that made this. Or from a business model perspective, they want to be able to just kind of attract that white space and be unique in their market so that when people pop into their gym, their studio, they're like, oh man, there's nothing like this around here. I'm signing up here. Everybody, that's the eat. That's what people want. But they're not willing to hunt. They're not willing to, once they take it, make sure it fucking lasts. I look at what I did here with Urban. We put that phrase up there. It was a collaboration between myself and the coffee guy. His name was Freddie. He owned the first coffee shop that was in here. It later was purchased by a larger coffee company. But when Freddie was in here, because mostly coffee customers would use that lounge, I conferred with him a lot. And, we came up with this idea. I think we even split the cost of the artwork. And we came up with that phrase. And we didn't come up with that ourselves. You could Google that. It's someone else fucking said it. I don't know who. But creating something new is easy. But creating something that lasts is the hard part. And when we were doing that, I remember having conversations around because this here, Urban, this is something new, but it's not that special. What'll be special about it, in my opinion, is when it transcends me and it becomes a little bit more viral. Other people are picking it up and putting it down. And that's where obviously we came out with the license model, and that's exactly what's happening as we start opening up additional urban movements later this year. But for those of you guys that are, you're at home and you're listening and you own a micro gym and you really want to have something fucking unique, number one, realize you're going to have to hunt for it. You're going to have to do the thing that no one else has done. And it's not that no one else has done it. Because I believe the majority of business is very rudimentary. It's very common. But when you're coming up with a unique thing, there are going to be elements of creating that thing that you're not going to be able to go look at what Solid Core did. Or you're not going to be able to go look at what Core Power Yoga did. Or you're not going to be able to go look at whatever fucking micro gym did and stare at their website and see if you can get some of their fucking manuals online. Or go visit their gym twice and take 2 classes and think, I've got this. My thing is totally different. It's so much better. You're fucking high if you believe that. You've got to be willing to fucking hunt. And hunting, you think about hunting. I'm not a hunter, so I could be talking ignorantly. Fucking the boys over at Fuel Home will call me out on this if I got this wrong. But I assume hunting, I did one time with my dad. Went hunting one time. I was like 9. But with hunting, you literally go somewhere, you start walking around where you believe the food is, the thing you want to eat. You believe it's there. You don't know. You could go out there and be sitting in a fucking duck blind or up in a tree perch covered in deer piss for 6 hours and nothing walks by. No bucks, no fucking hoppity rabbits, no fucking pheasants or turkeys, whatever people hunt. None of that shit walks by. You were dead fucking wrong. You walked out into this area, you thought there was going to be some shit there for you to kill and eat, and you were wrong, and nothing came by. Or you did it wrong. You made too much noise. Your fucking, your goddamn ringer goes off and scares off all the animals, in the middle of the fucking woods. Like, I don't know. You can tell I have no idea what I'm talking about hunting-wise. But, I don't know. Maybe that's a scenario. You have got to be willing to accept the fact that when you go to hunt, you are operating in an unknown paradigm. So when you want to create something new, when you get into business, there is a large amount of stuff that is known. There are very good basics. It's things that guys like me can create micro-gym universities for and online schools and content because there are some tried and true concepts out there. But if you really, really get into it, when you go to create a business, you are venturing into the unknown because you should be looking to constantly test the status quo and try things others haven't tried. And that means you're going to be wandering off into the wilderness, into areas that are unknown. And guess what? There might not be any fucking food there. That's it. This idea, when I was going through this, that everybody wants to hunt, but everybody wants to eat, but few will hunt, is essentially, in my mindset, when I think about this, it essentially leads us down this path where in business, it's easy to spot out the guys that are willing to hunt because they generally don't talk a ton, right? Like those who are willing to hunt generally just get to work because they know there's so much work to be done because they're going to try 6 things and one of them is going to work. So they can't stand around and talk and post a picture on Instagram of they signed their lease and be like, all right, guys, big things coming. I can't say too much because I'm busy working, but big things coming. No, you're busy posting up in fucking Facebook groups asking if anyone has a goddamn template or pamphlet or franchisee manual for you to see for your big things coming. Those that hunt, shut the fuck up and do work. It's as simple. They shut the fuck up and they do the work because there's so much work to get done. And those that hunt actually realize that a lot of their work is going to go unrewarded. It's going to be bad work, wrong work, poorly timed work. It's going to be mismanaged work. But that is also the rush of this whole thing. When you create a business and you decide to go hunt, right, because you want to eat, you go into this thing kind of all right, it's like stepping into a fight and you don't know the style that's allowed. Is this boxing? Is this Brazilian jiu-jitsu? Is this wrestling? Do we have weapons? Is this a ladder match? I don't fucking know. Right? Is it tag team? You go into this fight not knowing what the hell's coming around at you. And that's part of the fucking rush. And then you have other people who are just yeah, but can you help me out with that though? Can you provide me a thing so I feel less scared of the unknown that's coming up? Can I see someone else's hard work? And I have this very conflicting thing because I stand up here as, again, a professional who gets paid in a consultant, coach, business problem solver type scenario. And I wrestle back and forth because when I get someone on a call that is hey, I have this problem, I'm oh, I know the answer to that problem. It's a very rudimentary element. It's only rudimentary for me and elementary for me because I've answered it 4,000 times, but let's solve that problem. But when we get into things where we actually both have to be creative, those are my best projects. When I have a concept gym come to me and say, hey, all right, you might have heard this before, you might have not. This is my idea. I'm not sure how to market it or brand it so that people realize what we're doing. And if I have never heard of it before, which is more rare than not, but if I've not heard of it before, that gets me excited because now I get to go hunt with that individual. I get to go help come up with the creative and the fucking concepts and the taglines and all that amazing shit, which is a lot of fun for me because I enjoy fucking hunting. But guys, when we think about that phrase, everybody wants to eat, but few will hunt, you've got to also think about the hunt or the eat as the lifestyle. Everybody wants to eat. Everybody wants a certain lifestyle. I think we see stuff or hear stuff or we believe certain business owners by their personal material possessions or the things they put up on social media or how you perceive somebody lives or, if someone's in a house, you're oh my God, the house looks huge. They must be making a ton of money or, they're in their Tesla driving or whatever. We perceive them to be uber successful, right? We want the lifestyle right, to eat that someone else has. And we believe that, if we do certain things in our business, it will get us there. And that could be very well true. But hunting and chasing that thing that eat, that lifestyle, it requires you to be on a level that if you're stopping in the middle of the day, 86,400 seconds in a day, right? 86,400 seconds in the day. And if you're fucking stopping and you're on Instagram and you're doing that scroll thing where you just go down the rabbit hole, you're on TikTok just going down the rabbit hole, and you get off and all you think to yourself is you have this feeling of, man, I wish I had, or I should be doing that, or why can't I accomplish this? This could be taken to fitness. How many of you guys who, and again, there are gym owners here that are listening to this that are not, they're not the fittest they've ever been because they're running a business and wearing too many hats. So maybe their fitness is suffering. They have some imposter syndrome because they're maybe getting a little soft or not as strong, or they can't do things as often. Then you see, you scroll by, you see Marcus Philly, right? The founder of Functional Bodybuilding, shirtless, beautiful and tan, just fucking cranking out all kinds of cool movements. Or you see some of these guys doing incredible, again, people who are, their business revolves around their level of fitness and how they look and their programming and their coaching knowledge. And you see some of that and you're like, God, I want that. I want that. Well, you want to eat. But are you willing to put in the work? I give coaches a hard time. Like I hear a gym owner that's failing and they work out twice a day. I give them a really hard time. I'm like, hey, you're an owner, not an athlete. Let's not get the fuck off, or else you're going to go out of business, which is fine by me, but I'm sure it's not by you or your family or your staff. But there's also something to be said about the owner who's like, okay, fine, I'm just not working out. Just not doing anything. Yeah, that's probably not going to work either. And I'm not meaning because you have to look a certain way for your business. I'm meaning that the idea that you can't carve out and manipulate your schedule to work out for 30 minutes, maybe an hour, but probably 30 minutes is all you need. In a single day, it means you want to eat. You want to look the certain way. You want to feel the certain way as the coach. You want to be able to do the movements and demo them in front of your class or put the videos out of you doing cool shit. But you're not willing to hunt. You're not willing to do the fucking work. So literally, I broke down I do Google Calendar audits a lot. And I'm really big into like color blocking your Google Calendar. It's what I do. It's what I have a lot of my clients do. When they're like, I don't have time. And I'm undefeated. I am the fucking Floyd Mayweather of going in and doing a Google Calendar audit with a client and finding time for whatever the fuck it is that they need. If you are listening to this and you're someone who says, I don't have enough time, I promise you, give me a call. We will do a Google Calendar audit or a time management audit. I promise you, I will maintain my fucking undefeated record on that. It's there. You're just not utilizing it. Well, Stu, I got a coach class at 5:30 in the morning. Okay, and let's imagine, this is never the case, but let's imagine there's literally not fucking another 30-minute section from 5:30 in the morning to like 7 p.m. at night. Cool. Get to the gym at 4:30. Work out from 4:30 to 5. Cool down, rinse yourself off, whatever it is, put on a fresh shirt. Don't be smelly. Don't be sweaty. Drink your protein shake. Set up for class. Kick off class at 5:30. There you go. There you go. You're getting up earlier. You're getting up earlier to accomplish something you want to accomplish. Another Instagram thing I bought was this thing called 4K weeks or 4,000 weeks. I forget. Yeah, it's like 4K weeks, I believe, is the Instagram handle. Essentially, they're these giant fucking posters, and you have little squares, and you give them your birth date. And you give them a life expectancy. I put mine at 99 because I'm going to be fucking living in this bitch. I'm going to be living for a long goddamn time. So I put 99. And they send you this poster, and the squares are filled in like with little black marks. So it shows you how many weeks you've actually lived. So where from 0, your birth, to like where you would be age-wise, 99 or whatever age you set. It shows you how much of your life you've lived. And essentially, by that theory, how much is left to live. Talk about a fucking motivator. Talk about like waking up and be like, all right, it's time to fucking hunt. Like time's ticking. Fuck these guys, like people that bitch and complain about not having time to do shit or not being able to make the time. Someone commented at Urban Movement. I saw someone commented on a post we did recently. Like, how do I finally find a way? How do I finally find the ability to stop making excuses and start making time for the things I want? That question right there answers that for me. I just don't think you're one of those people. Like, could you be? Possibly. Not in your current mindset. Who you are now, right now, that human that made that comment on a post, you are not, you're not going to do it. You have to completely change that mindset. And I think there are some people like that. And I think there's some people that have the complete opposite mindset, maybe too much to a fault, where they're constantly on the hunt, constantly, like always hunting, never like reaping what they sow or enjoying that meal. They're constantly thinking of the next hunt. And to go back to that 4K weeks thing, that thing, so you fill in those squares as the weeks go on. And the one thing I found with it that I thought is really, really unique, it's kind of scary. Because let's say you're like 99, right? I'm talking bullish up here about living that long, but realistically, I'm probably going to get hit on my bike or some shit like that, or I don't know, a bad shot of fireball, something's going to take me out. So I can kind of see on this visual, every day when I get up there. I got one in my office and I bought one for my house. The reminder of there's not that much time, dude. Like, not really that much time. Like, when you really think about it. And every day is an opportunity to go out and fucking hunt and to at least get closer to where you want to be. Because if life ended for you right fucking now, would you be happy with where you're at? If life ended today, would you have been like, I did it. I did what I wanted to accomplish? Most of us, I think, even those that, maybe have it financially or business-wise, would still say, no, I'm not there yet. And I know there's plenty of you guys listening that are most certainly not there. So why any hesitation to hunt? Why hesitation to get the fuck out and do your thing? Like, it makes waking up, like, you guys don't know what time it is right now. It's not a watch, that's a Whoop. I constantly look down at my wrist to look at my watch. It is, I don't know, it's maybe like 6 a.m., 7, it is 7:30. I got in here today at 6 to set up and prep and drink my coffee and all that good shit. And it's a Sunday, so I probably woke up around 5-ish, showered, changed, came in, all to shoot this fucking video, to shoot this one video. Why? Because I want it out. Because I know next week, if I didn't do this today, and next week was going on, and I'm on Instagram, and I'm seeing fuck, look at that, what a great video that Sean Pastuch put out, or look at some of the awesome content from the Ready State, or look at what this guy's done. Fuck you, Stuart. You should have gone up earlier on Sunday and gotten it done. I knew I would have had that remorse. I would have felt that. So fuck it. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go hunt. I'm going to get up a little bit earlier and fucking do my thing. I'm going to maybe not go out and meet my friends for a beer at 7 or 8 p.m. And I might meet them at 9 because I'm going to stay in the office for another hour and finish my editing. That is the sacrifices needed when you want to eat. All right. So in moving on with this, one of the things I wanted to also talk about in here was a little bit more about the working out and life side of this whole thing. I have a phrase written down here, and I'm referencing an iPad. Losers refuse to hunt, but love to complain about how hungry they are. Okay? Losers refuse to hunt, but they love to complain about how hungry they are. I don't like using the word loser. I feel like that's a bad, it's a mean word. Loser. You fucking loser. When you say it like that, you fucking loser. God, you're a fucking loser. Has anyone ever said that to you? Doesn't feel good. Especially if they're right. Especially if they're not right, you don't care. If you're really a winner and someone calls you a fucking loser, it doesn't even great. You matrix that. You neo that shit. It never even touches you. But when they're right and you are being a fucking loser, that's rough. And what is a loser? A loser is not somebody who hasn't won. It's not somebody who doesn't have as much money or a successful business. If you made a run at business and it failed, that doesn't make you a loser, in my opinion, at all. Not one fucking second. A loser, in my opinion, is somebody who is going to actively complain, publicly complain about not winning when they really didn't put in any of the work. They're people that truly didn't hunt, and now they're going to let everyone know that they are unhappy that life didn't let them eat. That, in my opinion, is a fucking loser. And so when I think of, everybody wants to eat but few will hunt in terms of life, That I think about that. I've got friends and people I know that have been, they want a house. They want to buy a new home. But it's been 4 years, and they're like, yeah, we just still don't have enough saved up. And these are working people. They're working. They have money coming in. Well, okay. I don't care. But every time we go out to get dinner or drinks or coffee, all you complain about is how the housing market's so expensive. Oh, how am I supposed to afford anything in this housing market? It's crazy. I don't know, man. You've been talking about this for 4 fucking years. Like, even if you saved up, a little bit of money every month for 4 years, you'd probably be pretty close to your down payment or whatever it is you need financially to get that going. But instead, I've seen you do all these other things and go to this stuff, and you just bought that new one wheel and you did this and that. Like, I just don't think you're prioritizing your thing. Would I consider that friend of mine a loser maybe? In that regard, yes. If they are publicly bitching and complaining about not being able to eat when they haven't been putting in the time to fucking hunt. Seriously, the few will eat, everybody wants to eat, but few will hunt line, it applies to so fucking much. The other one they have, and I've got it, I'm literally rocking their t-shirt too underneath this. I wasn't sure which one I was going to go with. Whether I was going to go with this cutoff hoodie or the t-shirt, but it's a little chilly in here today. So the other one is a saying that is on a bunch of their apparel. Luck favors hard workers. And I truly believe that if you own a business and it has a significant level of success behind it, you have got to give daps to luck. None of us is where we want to be today, or where we are today that are successful, self-proclaimed successful, without a little bit of luck, or maybe a lot of bit of luck. Here's the fucking thing about luck, though. Luck only shows up when you put yourself in the right fucking position. You have to be at the right place at the right time. That is what luck is. You walk out on the street, you look down, oh, fuck, there's a lottery ticket. Let me pick this thing up. Holy shit, I won. That's luck, right? You're at the coffee shop. You're wearing your gym sweatshirt, has your logo on it. And some dude bumps into you at the coffee shop and starts chatting you up about your business. Fast forward 18 months, he's now invested $1 million into a new location and has helped you kickstart an online programming model as well. And now you're a 7-figure, that would be luck. You bumped into him, but you put yourself in that fucking position to be successful. You were at that coffee shop because you were tired, because you got to the gym at 3 a.m. to mop the fucking floors and then do the admin work, then get the gym ready for a 5 a.m. class, and you were fucking peaking at 8 a.m. You're about to crash, so you went to the coffee shop, you got that goddamn coffee, and while you're waiting for your caffeinated beverage, boom, you bumped into luck. A guy who just so happened at that time to have gotten a fat settlement or a payout, and he had money burning a hole in his pocket, and he took an interest in you. And then when he actually went ahead and looked at your thing, he's like, oh my God, this is actually a decent business. This kid doesn't know what he's got. With a little bit of kerosene on this fire, we could be sitting fucking pretty. That, my friends, would be luck. But luck only shows up and only favors those who have put themselves in the fucking position to be lucky. I've worked my ass off. I've worked my ass off for what I have, right? This building I'm standing in right now, there are very few 35-year-olds that from the fitness industry that were able to purchase real estate, especially in a market like Charlotte. Very, very few people are able to say that they've done this. It's a very difficult thing to do. You have to be crazy diligent in saving. You have to be good in planning. You have to plan for this stuff years in advance. Very few people can say that they've done what I've done with purchasing this. Very few people can say that they've created a fitness business model that is attractive enough to where others around the world are interested in paying you money for your thing. My license model with Urban Movement. These are all things I am beyond proud of. I'm not up here just fucking stroking my own dick. I am beyond proud of the hard work I've put in. But I will tell you, I have been very lucky. But the luck that I received is only because I was in the right place at the right time. I was in the right place, and that place was putting in the fucking work. I was somewhere putting in the work, and a person, an opportunity, a discovery, an idea, a thing just came into my life. This idea that luck happens to people who sit on their fucking ass is insane. I've heard some of them, like, it doesn't take long for you to go through the comments. Any of your favorite people on Instagram that are successful, go and, go look through their comments. You'll find one or two fucking trolls, very disgruntled individuals. Call them out in the comments of something. It must be nice to have that big house. Must be nice to have all that equipment and cameras to shoot your content. Man, you're so lucky. It must be nice. Like, eat a dick. Are you fucking, like, and again, that is the mindset of a loser. Somebody who doesn't have a thing because they haven't put in the work to get that thing, and now they're going to complain about not having that thing. You have two options in this fucking world. You either complain about what you don't have and accept the fact that you're never going to have it, or you do something about it. That's it. You do something about it. You get up and you start moving in that direction. And the great thing about getting up and moving in that direction, that hard work, that luck favors, is that generally, no matter what, even if it doesn't get you to your end goal, it gets you somewhere where possibly luck has an opportunity to intervene. Luck is not going to show up when you're sitting at your desk, staring at your laptop, looking at the Excel sheets of your shitty finances because your business is doing poorly, and you're sitting there like just, lying in it, just wallowing in your own shit. Luck isn't just coming up and like knocking on the fucking door. Like, hey, what's up? Heard you're having a really hard time. Business isn't doing too good. Listen, don't worry about it. I'm luck. I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm about to change your fucking world, and you don't even have to do a thing. Your life is about to get incrementally better, like exponentially better because of me. But don't worry, you don't have to do anything because I'm luck. That's not how it works, fuckface. That's not at all how it works. Luck shows up kind of like, imagine you were playing tug of war against, it was just you, and you're playing tug of war against like 5 bigger, stronger humans. And you're barely holding your own. Like, impressively, you're holding your own. Like, it's amazing that they haven't yanked you over the line. But you're sitting there and you're struggling, and you've got that isometric hold, and your biceps feel like they're going to fall off, and you're clenched up, and you're digging your feet into the sand. And I mean, just every passing second that goes by, they're slowly pulling you closer to that middle line. Luck is the biggest, strongest dude ever showing up and be like, hey, man, I see you out here busting your ass. And on a long enough timeline, these guys are probably going to get you. Let me help. And you take over and you win. Like, that's luck. Luck shows up when you're busting your ass. Now, are there just like moments of being lucky? Like, if I was standing outside and all of a sudden a screw, this is the weird shit I think about. A screw from the fucking sky, it came off an airplane. A screw falls off an airplane and just falls through the fucking atmosphere, through the clouds, and literally lands to the left of me, and it hits the concrete and leaves an indent, a dent in the concrete. Had I been standing 6 inches to the left, I'd be dead. Yeah, that'd be luck. That would just be like dumb, what we call like dumb luck. Dumb luck is where you did absolutely nothing, like nothing. You just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Right? That's just like dumb luck. But luck is, the boys over at Fuel Hunt reference it. Luck is, I reference it. Only shows up when you're putting in the fucking work. Because luck is really more or less a manifestation of little bits of karma and effort and energies you've put out there. It truly is. Like, there are guys that are busting their ass. And it could be like busting your ass in the gym. It could be busting your ass to try to, like, I've got a lot of single friends that are, they want to find their person. And God love them, right? They want to find their person. They're out there. They're meeting people. They're putting themselves in awkward social situations of possibly, to meet that person. Like, luck is going to be the manifestation and show up when you're constantly throwing those fucking spears. And you're constantly putting yourself in very vulnerable situations, putting yourself in situations where you're probably not going to win. And then eventually one day you do. It's like a numbers game. You try hard enough, long enough, luck will happen. Fuck, I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. I don't even know what to do with myself now that we're actually good. Like, we're legit good. Did we get lucky? No. It's mathematically probably impossible for us to suck as bad as we sucked for so long. But we put ourselves in position, the football team put themselves in positions to be where they are right now. They took the lumps. They took the time. They got rid of the personnel. They did all the things. And are they a little bit lucky? Yeah, they definitely are. They're probably more than a little bit lucky. But they're in a position now because they put in the hard fucking work. Guys, one of the things I want to do, how long are we going right? We're at 41 minutes? Okay. I want to wrap this thing up. So when you're thinking, and by the way, this is not paid, this is not like a paid sponsor, Joey and the guy, they did not fucking, they didn't give me a dime. There's nothing here that those guys asked me to do to promote their shit. Drew didn't call and was like, bro, can you make a fucking video and say our shit 1,000 times? Nobody asked that. I literally am making this because I think these guys are great. I like their apparel. I fucking rock their shit all the time. And their sayings and what they come up with, I believe, resonate with me in life in so many different ways. A lot of their content, if you look at it, is people working out and things like that. I think about that shit when I'm fucking working, when I'm making these videos, or I'm thinking of my next business thing, or whatever the fuck. These are the things I think about. Everybody wants to fucking eat, but few will hunt. And if you have made it to the point where you have something that other people covet, a successful business, monetary, our material possessions, a lifestyle, a brand, whatever the fuck it is you've done, and that there are other individuals who would kill to have that, that should be the thing that fucking just lights a fire up underneath you every goddamn day. Not that you're, I'm so fortunate to be here. Sure, you're fortunate, but it only came on the back of working your ass off and a little bit of luck that is associated with that. But everybody wants to eat, but few will hunt. Needs to be something that you guys fucking think of whenever you step out into that arena of business. You're sitting down to write next week's programming. You're planning the next studio and the next location. You're hiring that new GM. Are you going to fucking hunt and do it right? Or are you later on going to bitch and complain I've gone through 6 coaches and none of them really worked out, and just, I don't know, people suck. No one wants to work and they never do the things I want right. And how much time have you put into actually spending hours and hours and hours with that person? How much effort and time have you spent into clearly demonstrating the expectations via a manual, via videos, via whatever? How much have you trained and educated that person? Or did you just kind of expect them to not be an idiot? You want to eat, motherfucker, but you don't want to hunt. Guys, the next thing that you're hungry for, next thing that you want to fucking eat, take a minute and really ask yourself, are you putting in the work? Are you actually fucking hunting? Or are you just hoping you're going to get fucking lucky? Guys, thank you so much for listening.
Tokyo, down in London town to go. With the record selection and the mirror's reflection, I'm a dancing with myself. When there's no one else inside, in the crowded lonely night. Well, I wait so long for my love vibration, and I'm dancing with myself. Dancing with myself. Dancing with myself. When there's nothing to lose and there's nothing to prove, but I'm dancing with myself. If I looked all over the world, and there's every type of girl, but your empty eyes seem to pass me by, leave me dancing with myself. So let's sink another drink.